Uh-oh, is this thing on, man? What down, Joe? It's No Home TV back with another boxing video. Alright, y'all, I know it's been a long ass time, but to be honest with you, ain't really shit been coming out in boxing, man, to even really talk about. It's been actually more on the political side, man, you know, with Trump almost getting his fucking head blown off. Joe Biden dropping out the motherfucking race like weekend at Bernie's and shit. And then them, you know, amping up Kamala Harris trying to, you know, pass her off as some sort of black woman, just like they did with Barack Obama as some sort of American black man. When in actuality, man, these motherfuckers don't have none of our best interests at heart, and none of them deserve to be in fucking office. But we already know how that goes. That's a whole long spiel that I don't feel like going into because I feel like the people that even listen to me are smart enough to know about it already. But let's talk about some boxing, man. Okay, over this past weekend, I didn't catch the fight live, but I did catch it after the fact. That was the Joe Joyce, Derek Chisora fight. Good fight, man. Good ass scrap. You know, rock'em sock'em robot type of fight. Of course, you know, considering both fighters' styles. Joe Joyce, the Juggernaut Joyce, I used to call him Triple J, you know, with his come forward, Jason Voorhees ass style. I mean, it just doesn't work anymore. I mean, I think Zhilei Zhang really beat a lot out of him. I thought that Derek Chisora did a very good job in the lead up to the fight to, you know, kind of torment Joe Joyce a little bit. You know, he had the little Zhilei Zhang cutout mask for the face off and all that other wild shit. You know, it was funny. You could tell that Derek Chisora just wasn't afraid of Joyce, man. At the press conferences, at none of it. He just wasn't afraid of him. I'm not going to sit here and say that Joe Joyce was afraid of him, but Joyce is a gentle giant, man. He, you know, yeah, he can fight. He fights, you know, but he really doesn't have all that much aggression. He's just come forward. He's task driven, if that makes sense. It's not about him going in there to destroy. It's just, hey, if that happens from what I'm doing, then good type shit. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Derek Chisora dropping Joyce in the 9th out of 10 rounds and winning the unanimous decision. I thought he landed the cleaner, you know, harder shots. He was just wailing off, you know, Joe Joyce's head was right there to get hit. Second fight that, you know, came about this weekend, which another one that I didn't watch, was Claressa Shields moving up to heavyweight in her, you know, in her prospective field and winning a title, you know, knocking the girl out. You know, I guess you can say that because Claressa didn't have to cut weight or anything like that, she was able to keep all the weight on her and put all the weight behind her punches now. This might be an unpopular opinion, especially considering everything that Claressa Shields has accomplished, and I salute her and I'm proud of her. But just her technique, man, just looking at, you know, how she boxes sometimes is just like very questionable to me. Almost looks amateurish. You know, if we're being honest, it almost, you know, just does it. It looks like she's swinging wildly, just swinging for the fences sometimes. Sometimes it don't even look like, you know, I'm not going to say that she knows what she's doing, but it gives off that impression. Put it like this. Compare and contrast her up next to Alicia Baumgartner. I think Alicia Baumgartner has better, sharper skills, you know, as far as her boxing ability, her movement, her head movement, you know, her punch placement. Shit like that. I don't think Claressa has that. I think Claressa just kind of goes in there and just kind of wails about, you know. But salute to her anyway. Like I said, she won a heavyweight title. She's still breaking records and still making history within women's boxing. I saw Alicia Baumgartner come out say some shit, you know, kind of, you know, just going at her and shit. You know how that is, little catty shit. And it's just like, in my mind, I'm just kind of like, hey, B, you gonna have to be quiet. Like, for real, baby. You know, you still had that junk in your system that you didn't know how it got there. Yeah, you got the nod as far as them, you know, letting you off the hook, but you need to focus on getting in another fight. And with Claressa Shields moving up to heavyweight, don't look like you ever gonna fight her. What you gonna do? You gonna go up to heavyweight too and fight her? I don't think she is. I don't think she can make the weight, you know. I think she's just, you know, more of a petite girl, and that's okay, you know. Fight people around and, you know, make your own name. I'm tired of this, you know, coming out of boxers, man. I'm tired of boxers trying to make their name off of another boxer, you know. But at the same time, I don't want to see nobody ducking. So someone like David Benavidez, it's like, it's, you know, two things can be right at the same time. It's like, yeah, Canelo is ducking you, but at the same time, man, you're running your mouth a little bit too much about this shit. You're letting the fans and all that gas you up. All that shit don't mean nothing. All that gas up shit, all them, you know, you making merchandise and t-shirts of Canelo being a duck and you sitting there holding a rifle, which was funny, by the way. That don't mean that Canelo gonna fight you, bruh. You need to focus on the David Morales of the world, which he moved out of that weight class. But I mean, shit, that was a fight for you. But you look back at him and all, he hasn't done anything to deserve or earn a fight with me. And it's like, it's weird, man, because this is the same shit that, you know, that happened with Boots Ennis and Terrence Crawford and whatnot. So we gonna see what's to it, man. Speaking of Terrence Crawford, man, he's got his fight with Madrimov next week. Highly anticipated fight. I'm amped up for that fight. I think the undercard is good. Can't wait to see it. Of course, you know, with me not knowing as much about Madrimov as, you know, Bud's, you know, previous opponents, I did a little digging, saw some stuff. Shit, I also saw, looked like there was a sparring match between Madrimov and Vergil Ortiz, and according to reports, and hell, according to Vergil Ortiz's response and body language, it looks like Madrimov whooped his ass in sparring. But, you know, it's sparring and all this other shit. He claimed that, you know, he wasn't taking it that serious. That just means he got the better of the work, you know, which just leads, you know, credence to, you know, Madrimov being a really good fighter, which we know that. I mean, he's a champion, he's undefeated, he's got an extensive amateur background, he's got an explosive style. I've seen a couple of his fights at this point. But all honesty, man, with all that said, I still think that Crawford gonna do him filthy. Crawford is just, he's right, he's there right now, man. He's really there right now. I think he's #1 fighter pound for pound in the world for a reason. And it's not just because of his boxing ability. You know, there's another thing that he had over Earl going into the fight, and that's dog. Yeah, Earl has dog, but I mean like junkyard dog. I mean mean motherfucker. You know, when you got to get down there and get mean with a motherfucker, you know, and then, you know, that meanness comes behind them punches that you throw him. It's intentions. Everything with bad intentions, as they used to say, right? So that's what we need to get back to in boxing, man, because obviously it's working for Terrence Bud Crawford. Him being as a competitive person as he is and everything. Y'all saw what was that little European wrestling team came into the boxing gym and he folded one of the wrestlers like a fucking chicken wing. It was ridiculous. You know, you see all this stuff that Crawford does. You know, you seen him in there sparring with, you know, Andre Ward, which we heard was legendary. You know, high-speed chess match. So it's like, not only is Crawford smart, but he's got good power, good speed, great reflexes, and a whole lot of junkyard dog, which I feel like is going to be hard to beat. But shit, I don't know, man. That's pretty much it. I don't really want to talk about politics, man. This politics is a fucking circus. There's not really much to talk about rap since, you know, Kendrick dusted off Drake. Yeah, so, you know, and boxing is, you know, taking its sweet ass time, as it usually fucking does. So it's just where we at with it, y'all. Anyway, man, it's No Home TV, man. I'll be back with another one. Peace.